How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. My name is Mike.
And my name is Jonathan. What is going on, everybody? Did we start late today again?
By 2 minutes.
Because last week my sister was like, you were late, huh? And I was all like, yeah, I had doing the tacos and everything, so I'm trying to make it on time. And she was all like, yeah, you guys were late. Because I was like, she listens to us. So, Arely, if you're listening to us at work, what's up?
So she listens live?
I think she listens on the pod. She does the YouTube. I think she has it on the background at work. She says.
Okay.
So yeah, she says that she tells me she was telling me that she has somebody that works with her, and that she turns around, she was like, hey, you know what time it is? And then he responds back, oh yeah, your brother, huh? And I was like, oh, okay, for sure. So yeah, my sister, bro, always supporting me.
That's awesome, dude. I wish she would have come, but you said she was out of town, right?
Yeah, she was out of town. I gave her my my username and everything for the
login?
WWE, but she said she couldn't get to it. So, but whatever.
Was she on vacation or was she like on work?
Nah, she went for leisure.
Ah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. It's always good to go.
Yeah, she went for leisure.
It's
but shout out to the sister if you're listening.
Shout out to John's sister. But anyways, another day, another podcast. It's your boys,
it's your boy
Below Average Wrestling Podcast. Oh man, we have a lot to talk about. A lot
of things happen. A lot of title changes. I think it was a record.
Yeah. I had an image that I was gonna send you. Remember we were talking about it on Sunday. So John came over and his girl came over to my house and we were watching WrestleMania all day. And for like almost a billion hours.
Almost.
And then I remember you, like right before you left, you were like, bro, there was a lot of title changes. And then that night, I found an image of how many title changes there was. And I meant to send it to you, but I forgot. But yes, there was a ton of them.
I think it was 7.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. And I remember when we did our predictions last week, we were like, there's no way all of this is happening. There's no way that they're going to do all these title changes. Yeah. I think I even said there's no way that all 3 were going to come out as champions. And they did. So
they gave the people what they wanted.
Yeah, they actually did. And I think that's one of the things that I enjoyed about this WrestleMania was that they, yes, once again, kind of like the Royal Rumble, it was predictable, I guess you could say, as in the winners.
Yeah.
But they chose the right winners, which I think is more important than the predictability. At least to me, they chose the right winners. They chose the right stories. And I'm really happy with some of the winners. With some of the winners, because there was some winners that stood out that I was like, yeah, no, this was stupid. Let's start out with the pre-show. Tony Nese defeated Buddy Murphy. I think in our predictions we both had Buddy Murphy.
Yes, we did, and I watched part of that.
I did too, a little bit.
I didn't get to watch the whole thing. Yeah, it was a good match. I'm not from what I saw.
Now, why did they? I was not expecting them to remove the belt from Buddy Murphy.
I don't know why they did. He's had it for a few months.
Yeah, he has.
I don't know why they did that, but it was a good match.
Yeah, Carmella won the women's battle royal for WrestleMania.
That was very unexpected, but I don't remember if I did tell you that she's from there. She's from New York. So I have a feeling that's why they gave it to her.
Her character's from New York.
Her character's from New York, so that's what I thought. I'm like,
I think I read on her wiki that she's actually from Massachusetts. She's like from New England somewhere.
I don't know. I think that's why she won, to tell you the truth. But then again, it wasn't no.
I think that was a big swerve because we were all like, no, they're gonna have to give it to Asuka. There's no way that they're not going to give it to Asuka because of what happened. They removed the belt from her so quick, and I was like, this is gonna be like her, what is it, consolation prize? Right?
Yeah, so you said.
And I think that's exactly what I said. And no, dude, they swerved us. They gave it to Carmella, and I was not expecting it.
To me, it's whatever, bro.
It is whatever, but I still feel like they should have gave it to Asuka. So I was upset. This is one of the outcomes I was upset with.
Let's just hope they have something else for Asuka.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder defeated the Revival to become the new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. I think we mentioned it that this may happen.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was gonna happen. It was a cool match. It's just we were all part of the burial of the revival.
We were all witnessing there.
But I'm from the looks of it, I think that Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins might make the belts more relevant right now. Because they were on the pre-show, bro. The Raw Tag Team Championships were on the pre-show.
Well,
They were actually not even going to be on WrestleMania at all.
And okay, you know what? I'll remind me about this topic because I want to bring up this topic about the whole WrestleMania being 1 billion hours long.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely hate the fact. I'll talk about it right now. Okay. I hate the fact that WrestleMania is so long, dude.
How long was it? I don't even care.
Okay, so it started at 4 and it didn't end until 9:30 for us. This is specific time.
But it started before the pre-show started.
But the pre-show started before. The pre-show started at 2. Yeah, it started at 2. So we were talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7.5 hours of just WWE programming. It's a lot, dude.
That's why I feel I don't know. I read it somewhere. By the main event, I think the crowd was just tired.
Yes, I was about to mention that too. I think the crowd reached its high point at the Kofi Daniel Bryan match, and from there they just felt flat. They were exhausted.
Yeah. They didn't even the reaction to Becky's win wasn't even that huge.
They didn't even cheer or boo Roman loud enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like Roman didn't even get a reaction.
Yeah.
That's how bad the crowd was. You know what I mean?
It was very, very long.
Like the end, the crowd just couldn't handle it, and I don't blame them. I think if I was there, I would be exhausted as well. You know, you're waiting, and then from what I hear, people were having trouble getting out of the arena too. Well, you know, Ubers were booked, and public transportation was overcrowded, and you know, some people were there over an hour just waiting for transportation.
And I bet you it was expensive too.
Yeah. I bet it was, and you know, what time did it end for them? 12:30, almost 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So I think that they need to. I keep saying this. I feel like we say this every year though. They need to find a way to cut this event short.
I mean, I think any pay-per-view, because any pay-per-view is like 5 hours. No. With the pre-show.
It's 4 hours in with the pre-show.
You sure?
I think so.
Because every time I go back to it, it always says like 5 hours.
Oh shoot! Maybe I'm wrong.
On WWE Network.
Then they need to cut that too.
I'm just saying they are pretty long, bro. The pay-per-views are pretty long. This pay-per-view was pretty long, but
it was insane. So this, you know, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder and Revival match. I feel like they could have saved this match for the Raw after Mania.
Yeah,
there are a lot of matches that you could save for the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. That will help cut down, you know, a WrestleMania, but also make, you know, the Raw after WrestleMania and the SmackDown after WrestleMania a lot bigger, because you could have some high quality WrestleMania matches.
Yeah.
You know, AJ versus Randy Orton could have been another one that you saved there. Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor could have been another one that you saved in that event. You know, Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio. They only gave them 56 seconds, I think it was. 55 seconds, whatever it was. But you could have saved it there. There's a lot of little matches that you could put to Raw and SmackDown and elevate those Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania shows.
Yeah, they would have saved at least an hour or two.
Yeah, exactly. It would have saved at least an hour and a half. But I mean, obviously you're gonna have to cut some more fat, I guess you can say. Because I've heard suggestions on the internet about people bringing up the fact that, well, you either shorten WrestleMania or you make it a 2-day event. I don't like the idea of making it a 2-day event.
That's true.
I don't like it. You have NXT, you have the Hall of Fame, which by the way NXT was freaking fantastic.
Yes, it was.
And this year's Hall of Fame was way better than last year's Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame was lit, and then the dude that attacked Bret Hart.
F that guy.
That's some
I don't even want to bring it up.
Anyways, his name is. We don't need to give him any publicity. No, but yeah, I actually have never watched the Hall of Fame. I watched it and I was actually pretty entertained. It was just literally going back to my childhood. Yeah, we know everything. So I actually because I told myself I was like I never watched Takeover. And I never watched the Hall of Fame. I was like, I'm gonna try to see if I can get some time and watch it. Yeah, I was able to watch Takeover like in 2-3 days. Yeah, like in here and there. It was amazing, bro. Yeah. So shout out to NXT, man. That was an amazing show.
They always put up great shows.
Yeah, they always put up a great show. The Hall of Fame was amazing. It was cool. It was fun, you know, being able to watch. Other than the whole, you know, incident that did happen, and bro. Some people got some good punches in there.
Good.
You know what I mean? Good. So, and WrestleMania was good too, man. But it is a long weekend. So making it into 2 days, like where are you going to put the other day? Because then you got Monday and then you got Tuesday. So technically you have 1, 2, 3, 4 days, right? 4 or 5 days.
And then this schedule is going to end up changing next WrestleMania, because SmackDown is moving to Fridays.
How would that work?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. SmackDown's moving to Fridays because of Fox. Remember, now they're moving to Fox.
Yeah.
So this fall, what is it, October? I think it is when they officially moved to Friday nights. Yeah. So I don't know what the schedule is. So yeah, you can't make WrestleMania 2 nights.
That's true.
You know, it's got to be one night. You just have to cut the fat, off WrestleMania and add it to Raw and SmackDown. Elevate those shows a lot more. Because you still have 3 hours to fill for Raw, and I'm sure if you would have filled it with, what's the match? I think you could fill it with Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Lashley, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Revival. You could have definitely done that there.
I mean, it is long, bro, because we've been talking for about 10-15 minutes and we're still on the pre-show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we added more things.
No. I'm just saying, but no, it is a long thing, and I didn't know it started at 2 because I started watching it like closer to 4, almost 3. Like I watched most of the stuff, but
yeah. Oh, what I wanted to bring up about the Hall of Fame, which I thought was funny because we both talked about this, was where DX was like, well, they apologized if anyone ever got in trouble for doing the suck it at school.
Yeah.
And we were both talking about it. I was like, yeah, we both gotten in some trouble. I think I got detention like 2-3 times for doing the suck it.
Yeah, who did it? At least people that are, we're not like old, but we were able to live through that era. The early 2000s, late 90s, I remember DX,
That was definitely late elementary, early middle school, or middle school actually, I think more for me. It was more middle school.
So like, you weren't able to do all that stuff, doing the whole suck it and everything, but it brought back memories, when you were a kid and watching it and everything. So,
it did.
So the Hall of Fame was cool, man.
All right, let's keep going with WrestleMania. Braun Strowman, he eliminated Colin Jost to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. What did you think about that? It was a whatever, right? Move on, or do you want to?
I don't. Whatever, bro. It's like
you didn't care, huh?
I just care less, bro. There was really no point. They just needed, I guess, some type of celebrity. There's always a celebrity in WrestleMania.
I didn't care for it.
They were chosen.
I didn't care for it.
Wearing a Cleveland shirt.
He was. I mean, kudos for him trying to get some heat.
Yeah, it was cool. Whatever. But that's something you could have, even though it's part of it, the battle royal. But whatever, bro.
Whatever. Then we get to the official show, the official start of the show now. So right off the bat, Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar immediately for the Universal Championship.
That right there was awesome. I like that.
Yes, I did too.
Because it got the crowd hyped. It got the crowd. I think that's pretty sure that's why they did it. And believe it or not, maybe Paul Heyman was right. It was actually not lying. He's like, we're just doing this and getting the hell out of here. When he said, we have a plane for Vegas, I was like, Seth Rollins is going to win. And it was a quick match.
It was a quick match. It says 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow, that was way quicker than what I thought. I was grilling the burgers at that time, so I think I missed a lot of that match, and I think I burned our burgers because I was trying to pay attention to it too. Because I remember before you guys got here, I was looking at some of the news and last minute WrestleMania stuff, and the rumor was that AJ and Randy Orton were going to start WrestleMania, and I was expecting that to happen. And you get Alexa Bliss, and then you get Hulk Hogan, and they're just doing their whole blah blah blah, and then immediately Paul Heyman comes out. Hey, we got a jet ready to go to Vegas. And we want to get this over with, and yeah,
it's probably the truth.
Believe it could have been.
Because that match was 2 minutes long. So it's like that match. How can I put it? Like every other WrestleMania or every other main event has always had Brock Lesnar in it, right? And it's always been anticipated. They need to beat him. And the matches take time because he's the beast, right? He's unbeatable. Nobody's really beat him.
Yeah.
So, like, for Seth Rollins to come in and stomp him 3 times.
Yeah.
There was just... He was probably already taking the belt. Cool. Yes. My contract's over after this anyway. So
I want to
let's just do this and get out. And I'm sure he looks like the type of dude that he would. So it's like...
Yeah, he does. He looks like the dude who's just like, all right,
Yeah.
Take me back to the airport. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, for real. So
well, we're in Vegas and we don't even want Brock Lesnar. Take his ass. Isn't he like Minnesota's problem? Go take his ass to Minnesota.
Yeah, but I think he lives here.
No, he doesn't. No.
Yeah, I heard he
Hell
lived
no,
here.
he doesn't live here. There's absolutely no way he lives here.
You sure?
I'm 100% positive.
I heard he lived here, to tell you the truth.
No way. I think he lives in Canada. That's what I heard. He's got a big old ranch. He's a country boy, dude.
Yeah, I know.
He's an outdoorsy.
Yeah,
he'll burn alive here in Vegas.
You're right.
Yeah, no, it's. I think he lives in like Canada, or like Minnesota, somewhere up north, up there. So then, yeah, I mean, I'm happy Rollins won. I was super excited. Yeah, Universal Championship's now back full time. We can actually see the belt now.
For real.
But yeah, I thought the match again. It was super quick. I don't even think I was able to process it.
It was really quick. It was really, really quick.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. Maybe it should have been long. I don't know. It's just like, whatever. Who cares? We got the belt back.
AJ Styles defeated Randy Orton. This match was a little longer, 16 minutes and 20 seconds. A solid match.
It was a good match.
Yeah,
they gave a good match.
Yeah, I actually think they gave a really good match. Apparently, half of the people, or a lot of people, weren't able to watch that match live because
they were still
the lights.
In?
No, the lights were flashing right at them.
Oh, for real?
At the stadium. That's what I read. And I think Randy Orton apologized for it too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, some of those lights were shining right at the fans, and made it difficult for them to actually
to see the match.
Yeah, to watch the match. But I thought they gave a hell of a match.
It was a good match. I was trying to. I remember the match, but I didn't remember the ending of it. And but it was a good match overall. You know, what's expected from these two. Yeah. You know, type of wrestlers. You know, so
yeah.
It was good.
The Usos defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet, Rusev and Nakamura, and The Bar to retain the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I thought this was one of my favorite matches.
Yeah, it was a really good match. I think any match where the Usos are involved usually is a high flying. Yeah. Everything, always something going on. You know what I mean? So it keeps you entertained. So it was a good match, and they retained the titles at least in WrestleMania.
Yeah, this was definitely one of my favorite matches of the night. Short match though. I was expecting to go maybe another 3-4 minutes. They went 10 minutes.
Oh, it is short for the amount of people that.
Yeah, I was expecting it to go a little longer. But yeah, I still like the match a lot. Shane McMahon defeated The Miz in a Falls Count Anywhere match that went in a little over 15 minutes. What you think about this match?
I like the match. It was cool. Shane didn't get to throw himself from somewhere, but they did fall into that whole, what is that, like a whatever, the floor? It was like whatever they had prepped for them to fall in.
Yeah, they had like mats and everything prepped for them.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was a cool match. You know, we laughed a little bit. We saw the Miz dad try to get in. I know my girl got a kick out of it, and she actually liked that match. So
actually, I was gonna say, arguably, it's probably the best match of the night.
It probably is because it was entertaining. Yeah, people were moving around. They were doing, and it was I thought it was a cool match. You know what I mean? So sucks that the Miz lost, but I didn't think he was gonna lose. We actually had said the Miz was gonna win.
Yeah, but I guess the way he lost was that Shane just happened to land on top of him. Yeah, just awkward ending. But I liked the match. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Definitely in top 3 of the night.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah. And the surprise of the decade, well, I guess of the WrestleMania, the Iconics defeat the Boston Hug Connection, Nia Jackson, Tamina, and Beth Phoenix and Natalya to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
I'm not mad, bro.
I'm not mad either.
I'm not mad because I feel that. I think the Iconics are gonna make those belts a little more relevant, and for the fact that they're just annoying and people. That's why people. It's a like to dislike type of thing because they're not bad wrestlers, man. I'm not gonna, they can wrestle, they can move around and do their thing. But
I think Peyton Royce is better. Yeah, than Billie Kay.
Yeah. Peyton Royce is better. Yeah. But. You know what? They've been working at it. It's not like they've been sitting on the sidelines. They've actually been wrestling. They've been doing their thing. So you can't take that away from them. It sucks that Bailey and Sasha lost the belts, but since they have had them, bro, it's been you don't even know that there's been women's belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Women's tag team belts. So hopefully with these girls having them, you know, maybe they can make it a little more relevant. You know, defend them. They said that they're going to be defending champions. They, you know, and stuff like that. We'll go back to that. We'll go to that.
Fantastic tag team there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you know, at the end of the day, they are heels and they do stupid shit like that. But I'm hoping that they can do something more.
Yeah, I actually, when that happened, I was very surprised. But I've been begging for an actual tag team to win the belts. And I think they fall under my actual tag team.
Yeah, because Bailey and the other just got put together.
Yeah, I always wanted the Riot Squad to win the belts first. I thought that they were I don't know. I felt like they could have been that a good trio to hold the belts.
Yeah. Kind of like the New Day.
Kind of like the New Day, yeah, where they kind of do that. I thought it would. I thought that would be great for the girls for Riot Squad. I like the Riot Squad a lot more too. So I wanted an actual tag team, and technically the Iconics do fall under that, and I'm happy. I agree with you. I think that they're going to make good champions. Good. I don't think great, but I think they're going to make good champions because of their annoyingness, and I think people are just going to hate them, and I think they're going to do their job well.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out who's the next challengers for that, because I do think they're going to defend it more than Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah, I think Sasha and Bailey are on the...
they dropped the ball on that one, because I like Sasha and Bailey, and I like them as a pairing. But I think they dropped the ball on how they wrote their whole thing.
Yeah, the writing on them was no bueno.
No bueno. Kofi Kingston defeated Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, to become the new WWE champion. Nobody thought it was going to happen. The crowd was lit for this match, and they exploded out of their minds when he actually won the belt. This match probably went the second longest match of the night at 23 minutes, almost 24 minutes. What did you think about this match?
It was a good match, man. I thought it was a good match. Maybe not the greatest, but I think it was a good match. You know, we all were hoping for Kofi to win, and he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I was iffing it because of Rollins.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I was like, oh crap, does this mean Kofi's not gonna win? But it was cool, man. It was well deserved. It was, you know, a good match. It was long, so it kept us entertained. So it was. I thought it was good overall.
I liked it a lot, actually. And I think they, you know, the thing with all five men, they were able to tell a good story the last, you know, few weeks and stuff like that, or the last month or so. They were able to tell a great story. Daniel Bryan, Rowan, and then the New Day, all of them combined, they
elevated the story.
They elevated the storyline. Daniel Bryan was a fantastic heel in this run. Probably my favorite Daniel Bryan.
I think so. I think so, man.
You got allergies?
Yeah, bro, and it's been so windy here. Mm-hmm. It's been horrible. But yeah, I think this is the best Daniel Bryan I've seen.
Yeah,
it's he's pretty good. So but you know what? Kudos to the match and to Daniel Bryan for doing a great job. But at the end of the day, Kofi Kingston came out as a winner, and
I'm glad he did. He deserved it.
So a lot of people are saying that he is the first African American.
Well, African born.
African born.
Yeah, he's full black. So technically, he is the first. To win
the WWE Championship.
Yes,
I guess that's what it is, and the first Grand Slam African American. Yeah. That's one
because he's from Ghana.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Ghana, West Africa. Okay. It's in Africa. And I think I read his wiki that then he moved to the United States at a young age. So yeah, where is he from? He's from Ghana, Kumasi, Ashanti, Ghana, and then he moved to the United States. What he moved with? He moved to the Boston area, eventually. So yeah, he is, which is why his English is it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I thought
he probably moved here at a young age.
I thought he was here from the States.
No,
but that's cool. Kudos to him. He did technically broke a record, or whatever. He got the title and he did the Grand Slam. So we will see how long the
future Hall of Famer for
future Hall of Famer, and I think he's gonna be future Hall of Famer by himself and with the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what, man, I'm happy, but I just I just hope that WWE writes
he ate his bootios.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it.
I just want to see how the WWE is gonna write them. Like, what kind of beef is they're gonna give them, and I don't know. And then watching Raw and SmackDown, or maybe they're just doing this because the what's it called, the shakeup is coming. I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna be doing stuff like that they're just gonna be integrating people here and there, or it's just they're just kind of giving people hints of who's gonna go where.
I think we're gonna have to wait and see, because again, the whole thing with WWE, with SmackDown moving to Fox, what does Fox want? I'm sure Fox is gonna want, hey, we want the big stars, we want Roman, we want Ronda, we want all these guys, because I think they're gonna pay more for SmackDown than USA's paying for Raw.
Oh shit!
So I'm going to assume that Fox wants the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? But you also don't want Raw to suffer. So do you have Roman work 2 shows? Do you have Ronda work both shows? Do you have, what I mean? I don't know.
Are they gonna start just mashing up?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, because
we'll see how long Kofi ends up with the belt. I don't see him holding the belt for too long.
Yeah.
I do hope they give him a nice small run with it. At the minimum, a small run with it. Give him at least 1 or 2 pay-per-views, I would say. If they give him more, I'll be cool with it. Yeah. I'm just saying that don't cut it too short. I wouldn't want them to cut it too short. This guy deserves it. He's probably not going to get the belt again. Just looking at the whole dynamic with WWE, I don't think he's going to get the belt again. But I'm happy that he got it. Don't know how long it's going to last. I'm almost 100% sure he's not going to hold it by the time SmackDown moves over to Fox.
Oh, I don't think
There's no way he's holding that belt, especially with Fox wanting a more serious product. From what I've been reading, I don't know if you've read the same thing.
No, I haven't read it.
Apparently, Fox wants a more, because Fox lost the UFC. They lost it to ESPN. So they I guess they kind of overbid for WWE because they wanted some type of sporting product. So they overbid for I think they overbid for WWE SmackDown. And they want a more serious product. So they want SmackDown to be presented more as a serious competition rather than a very kiddie entertaining show. So I don't see the New Day fitting in there well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it because they are very kiddish in a way. You know what I mean? So but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening next week, because that's when the shakeup
is. The shakeup happens. I'm excited for the shakeup. I might miss the first couple of, the first hour of it. I have a doctor's appointment, but I'm gonna DVR it, and then when I come back, hopefully watch it live again. But I'm excited for the shakeup. Samoa Joe defeated Rey Mysterio in under 1 minute to regain the WWE Championship, according to reports. They cut it. They needed time, so they cut this match. Because remember, we were talking about that. The rumor was that Rey Mysterio's son was going to be involved.
Yeah,
and that was still the rumor, from what I understand. Yes, he was still going to be involved. They just had to cut the match because everything was running too long. So Joe was going to win, but not in under a minute.
They made Rey Mysterio look horrible, bro.
They did, which is why I wish they would have just cut it. There's certain, like I was saying, instead of giving these guys a 1 minute match, cut the match. Say, you know what, they're gonna wrestle on SmackDown now. You know what I mean? That would have been way better. Give them a nice 10-minute match, 12-minute match.
So I thought it was because Mysterio was still hurt.
Apparently not. Apparently it's because they were running short on time. They were cutting matches. Another reason why, Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor was really short. Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle was really short. They were just trying to cut time. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. But, they should do what I said.
I would have cut the Randy Orton and AJ Styles, because they really had no meaning. At least the title, the U.S. title was on the line.
Yeah.
For the.
But I think because it was so early on the show, they weren't expecting that. You know what I mean? Like, usually if you're early in the show, you can get away with doing a 16-minute match like they did. But once you're like a little bit past half the show, because I think when Kofi and Danny were wrestling, what was it at this point? It must have been like 7:30 easy, right?
It was half hour. It was already. Yeah, because from there, I think it was only like 2-3 more matches.
It was a lot more matches. It was like 5 more matches, 6 more matches. Yeah. but we were already at 7:30 at our time at that point. You know, so they needed to cut something. But again, I keep saying they could have just said, you know what? Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio is going to be safe for SmackDown, and Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley will be safe for Raw. And now you got, you know, the return of the Demon on Raw. You still have the same amount of people. Not the same amount of people, but you still have the same loud audience that you're going to get for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They would have reacted perfectly, and you're giving them more WrestleMania matches.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that to me that works better. Instead of making the show longer and putting 16 matches like we saw, you cut the fat, you throw it in SmackDown, you throw it into the Raw after SmackDown, the Raw after WrestleMania, the SmackDown after WrestleMania. That would have made Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio a lot better of a match. You would have continued that story that they wanted to tell, which was probably going to involve Rey Mysterio's son. You would have given Balor and Bobby Lashley a little bit more time. It just would have been cooler. I don't know.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It sucks that happened to the Mysterio match, but
yeah,
hopefully we get to see a good match.
Hopefully you get to do it down the line again. Continue that story.
Yeah.
You know, Roman Reigns defeated Drew McIntyre. No surprise. About a 10-minute match. People were out of it. People didn't care.
Yeah, that match was like, what was the match that they kept? No, that wasn't. Yeah, they started chanting. Was it CM Punk? Mm-hmm. When people start doing that shit, it's just that people are not paying attention. Yeah,
they're bored. They're not paying attention. They're tired. They want to go home. They want this to wrap up. I think we even talked about it. I think during the Roman McIntyre match, we were like, dude, they're just literally waiting for the main event to go home already. Like they don't want, like, I don't think anybody there will be mad if they didn't get the other matches. Even Triple H and Batista, I don't even think they would be mad if they didn't get to see Triple H and Batista.
They were just waiting.
They were just out of it.
They just wanted to see Becky win.
Yeah.
That was really,
Which was our next match. Triple H defeated Batista, which was, again, I even lost interest, dude.
It was whatever. It was a whatever match.
Dude, Batista felt drunk.
Yeah, he slipped in the...
Drunkista.
He slipped like 2-3 times, like twice.
He was super clumsy.
It was just, you can tell he had ring rust. You know what I mean? And
it was bad. Yeah,
it was a whatever match. It's whatever.
Yeah, I didn't care for this match. It was Batista's retirement match. You know what? Thank you, Batista, because he's put up some hell of a matches. Yeah. Just this one was just not it.
He did retire on his social media. He put that was his last match, and he just wanted to do it one more time, and that's it.
Yeah, I didn't care for this match, but I have cared for other Batista matches, and they've been great. So, you know, he gave everything. Now he's moving on to Hollywood. Good for him. He'll make more money. And, you know, future Hall of Famer for damn sure.
No, of course. I wouldn't be surprised if he's there in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, match almost went 25 minutes.
For real?
Yep.
There.
This match was longer than the main event. This was the longest match of the whole pay-per-view.
They could have cut 10 minutes of that.
I agree.
And gave some away to other matches.
I agree. Spread the time. Make it rain time.
For real, y'all could have given those 5-6 minutes to Mysterio and
Joe.
To Joe.
Yeah, you cut about 3 minutes from AJ and Randy Orton. You cut another 10 or even 8 minutes. You know, let's say another 8 minutes from Triple H and Batista. Yeah, you could have given Joe and Rey Mysterio a nice solid 5-minute match at the minimum. You know, aside from entrances and all that stuff, you could have given them a nice 5-7 minute match.
Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, the match was whatever, bro.
Yeah. I just think that none of us cared at that point. You know, I think that we were satisfied with Kofi. We were satisfied with Rollins. You know, we got a couple of good matches there with Shane and The Miz. You know, surprised with the Iconics. AJ and Orton delivered a good match as well. Everything else, we were just kind of waiting for that main event.
Yeah, that's technically what was happening, and we were waiting for the main event.
You know, we were, yeah. I think at this point during this chunk, of the pay-per-view towards, you know, after the Kofi match, and then at the beginning of the Becky and Ronda and Charlotte match, I think in that chunk, those 5 matches that were there, I think all we were doing was just talking and just laughing and just eating and just. I think we barely paid attention to the matches. We would glance and we'd be like, "Oh, okay, oh, wow, cool, whatever."
Yeah,
blah, blah.
It was fun. It was fun. It was cool and everything. But yeah, it was too many matches. They went on too long, so it gets to a point where you just don't pay attention as much as you would want to. but
we're millennials, man. We got a low what is it? Attention.
What? A low attention span?
Low attention span, man. You know, we need things to get we need to get things moving. I do too.
So it was a whatever match, you know. Shout out to Batista.
Yeah. Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle in a freaking surprise because it was Kurt Angle's farewell match.
Yeah, but
6-minute match.
I think it's just because everybody who retires loses, so I'm pretty sure that's.
But then they should have put someone else. But I guess they want to get somebody over, right?
Yeah, technically got him over. He's already kind of been over because people hate him a lot. So
I think this is gonna be Baron Corbin's Brock Lesnar's "I defeated the streak" thing.
Probably.
You know, I defeated Kurt Angle in his farewell match. That's been
his character this whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I was the Battle Royal champ, or I had the Money in the Bank. That's literally he holds his character. His character usually just holds on to his accolades or whatever he's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever. It was an okay match.
Yeah. Didn't really care for it, unfortunately, but it's Angle, but I didn't really care for it. Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Very short match, 4-minute match again. But I'm happy that Finn Balor won.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Then the main event of the night, Becky Lynch defeated Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair to become champ. To become Becky Two Belts.
Becky Two Belts, the controversial but non-controversial finish every single time the WWE shows the clip. They black out the 1, 2, 3. Why? Everybody knows why, but it's still whatever, man.
So it was a botched ending from what I read. The ending was gonna have that was the ending. The roll up, and that was supposed to be 3. They just wish that from what I read, I don't know, take it with a grain of salt. I just read it from these, scoop sites, whatever. That Vince was mad at the referee because he wanted to at least the referee wait until the actual shoulders were down.
He didn't, so it's the referee's fault.
Yeah, from what I understand,
the referee counted and her shoulder was up a little bit.
But that was supposed to be the finish. But it was supposed to be a clean 1, 2, 3 like this, but a roll up. That way it still protects Ronda for a future match, but it also gives Becky the belts, which is what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but it was cool, man. It was a cool match. The all 3 of them gave it. Gave us a good match. So.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little underwhelmed.
Yeah, because it wasn't amazing. Like everybody was waiting. It's because you know what it is. It was the finish. The finish wasn't that great, so you always want to have a very clean finish.
Yeah, you do
at a main event, especially in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And this one, what ended up happening, I don't know if you guys saw the crowd. Even the crowd was kind of confused. Like, wait,
I was confused.
What? Everybody's like, oh shit, what? And then everybody screamed.
Yeah.
So usually it's a 1, 2, 3, and then everybody screams, and it's like, oh crap, it wasn't this way because people didn't know what was going on. So
I feel like it would have been better if they would have made Charlotte just tap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they would have just made Charlotte tap, then you get the crowd all riled up because she's got her in the disarmer. Oh, she's gonna tap. Yeah, she taps, and the crowd explodes. You know what I mean? Or obviously have Ronda, but they want to protect Ronda, so I guess you make Charlotte tap. I feel like these girls were about to start. I think that they were barely getting comfortable when the match actually ended. If you want to be honest with you,
probably. How long was the match?
21 minutes. I feel like if they would have given them another 5 to 7 minutes, they would have put up a good classic WrestleMania match. I was underwhelmed with the match. I felt like the girls were getting comfortable. I feel like when like 4 almost 5 minutes before the match ended, I feel like the girls were starting to get comfortable, and I was like, okay, now we're settling in. Yeah. Now we're gonna get some of these good spots, and we're about to get a WrestleMania classic. Yeah. And then it ends quickly, and I'm like, man, these girls were just barely getting. I felt like they were barely getting into the groove. Like they were feeling comfortable. They were like, okay, let's. They were barely putting their foot on the pedal.
On the pedal, yeah.
And I feel like it just came to an abrupt stop, and I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucked. Like, so I felt like the finish. Didn't like it. I felt like the match was a little underwhelming. Definitely not one of the worst WrestleMania. Definitely not a worst WrestleMania match for sure. Not, nor worst WrestleMania main event. There's been worse WrestleMania main events. I just thought this was middle of the road to me. You know?
Yeah, it was okay. Like, I'm not saying it was a good match, but it wasn't a great match. Like I said, something that you would.
And they could have given a great match. And that's the thing. And I feel like that's where they were heading. Like I said, I felt like they were barely getting comfortable, and they were about to give a great match, but it just ended. But
shout out to all three of them for doing a good job, and congratulations to Becky Lynch for being a double belt champ.
So what did you think about WrestleMania overall?
It was good, man. It was cool. We already talked about, it was very long.
Yeah.
You do lose. I think, you lose interest after like 3 hours of watching something. 4 hours, and you're just, But other than that, I think the matches were cool. We all, we do agree that there were some matches that maybe they should have saved for a different occasion, maybe the next day or the day after. But other than that, it was cool, man. So
yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm a fan of WrestleMania. I thought WrestleMania was good as well. Overall I enjoyed WrestleMania, and it was one of the better WrestleManias. But yes, it is long, and yeah, man, it's tiring. It's tiring. There's only so much you can do, so much attention you can actually, keep for the show, and you just want the main matches to kind of get you going, but then after that you just don't care about everything else. So I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was a good time. So I think that's what matters. It was a good time, and it was entertaining, at least to a certain point.
Yeah, it was. Anything else you want to add about WrestleMania before we move on to Raw and SmackDown quickly?
No, I thought Raw and SmackDown were pretty good too. So
I thought they were okay actually. For a Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania, I thought they lacked a little bit. I was expecting more of a like a nice punch. I don't know. Like I was expecting something amazing. Mm-hmm. But I think that I was underwhelmed again with the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. I don't think they sucked. I just don't think that they were. I think I've seen regular Raws and regular SmackDowns be better than this one.
Okay.
Especially SmackDowns. I've seen regular SmackDowns be better than this one. Okay. So we get Seth Rollins opening the show to celebrate his Universal Championship win. Then he's interrupted by the New Day, who challenge him in a winner-take-all match to unify both not to unify, but for both championships.
Yeah. Rollins
accepts the match. Everyone was going crazy. I thought this is where Kofi loses the belt.
Yeah, I was like, damn, they're gonna take it away from him so quick.
But I was like, I'm hyped. I was like, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be different. This is a Raw after WrestleMania type of moment. If somebody leaves with 2 belts, I was expecting something ginormous to happen, not the ending that we got. Yeah. Raw Tag Team Championship rematch. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins once again defeated the Revival with a roll up. They got the belt. They're gonna keep the belts for a little bit, I guess.
Oh yeah, they beat him again.
Yeah. Then we get Baron Corbin, who shows up and gloats about defeating Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. Angle interrupts, wishes him bad luck, then hits him with an Angle slam. Then, as he was celebrating, we get the debut of Lars Sullivan, and he attacked Kurt Angle.
I don't know. I've never seen Lars Sullivan wrestle. From the looks of it, I don't like him.
From the looks, you know what? I've seen him wrestle a few times in NXT. He's decent.
He's smaller than what he people make him seem.
Yeah,
he's a 6'3", bro, and he's whatever. It's like whatever. But I personally didn't like that he came and he did that to Kurt Angle. I'm just like, damn, y'all just literally kicking him in the ass, aren't you?
Give him a good moment. If you didn't give him a wrestling,
he had a good moment. I guess that was whatever the closure he had with Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Angle slamming him, but then that should have been the end, bro.
Yeah.
Lars Sullivan should have came out on somewhere else on a different occasion, not in Kurt Angle, but whatever. Kurt Angle put another person over. Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss is back. Even my wife was surprised. She was like, "Whoa, Alexa Bliss is wrestling."
I know. I was like, "What the hell?" I guess that was. Whatever. I was like, cool.
She's back. She's going to probably go at it full time now again.
And she whooped that ass.
She whooped that ass. Bailey's ass. Bliss won with a DDT. Bailey, man, I mean.
I think they're going to start burying them, bro.
Yeah, I think so too.
Both of them.
Yeah. I think so. Heel turn. Somebody's got to turn heel now.
I'm hoping Bailey turns heel. I hope Bailey needs it. I like Bailey more than Sasha, so.
I like Sasha when she was in. I like Sasha what she can be. But I think Sasha, I don't know, man. Sasha's a good wrestler.
She is. I think they both are, but I don't know what. It's just all depends on what they do with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how they write them in. So.
Oh man, sorry, I was yawning. Becky Lynch cuts a promo celebrating her win and becoming champ. And then on her way out, Lacey Evans catwalks and then punches her right in the face. Lynch and Evans brawl until Lynch try to put her in the disarmer, then causing Evans to flee. So, what do you think about Charlotte 2.0 here?
I mean, the WWE did not wait one day to put Lacey Evans out there. So
yeah,
and we knew this was happening. We knew that the whole coming out and all that stuff. And we had heard rumors that that's going to be one of the new Vince's girls. So as you can say,
that's the
you know
rumor.
what I mean. I seen her wrestle. She's good. You know what I mean. She's everything. But I'm just like, dude, she hasn't even wrestled. And y'all already gonna put her straight
to the champ.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what sucks about, there's so much talent in the back, and you just bring these people and you put them straight to the champion. You know what I mean? And it sucks.
You know what I would have done? I would have probably had Asuka show up and be like, look, Charlotte beat me for that belt, but I know I can beat you for the belt. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've made you tap out already. You know what I mean? And then have a nice little feud there with Asuka, keeping her in the title picture, but having obviously Becky keep the belts, because I know they want to keep it. They want her to keep it for a little bit. But I would have maybe liked that, but maybe that's too much burying Asuka again. You know what I mean? Because they would have to make Asuka lose.
Yeah. So
I don't know, but I guess Lacey Evans is going to be her next competitor. Ricochet and Aleister Black defeated Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. Looks like Bobby Roode and Chad Gable might be turning heel. That's what I got from that.
Probably.
But yeah. Yeah. What did you think about this match? I thought it was okay.
It was cool.
Did you see that little the spooky bird puppet video?
Yeah, who's that?
Probably for Bray Wyatt. I'm gonna say Bray Wyatt. That's my guess.
He's coming back, isn't he having a baby?
Yeah, but I mean, he's not having the baby.
That's true.
What was supposed to be Dean Ambrose's last match on Raw never got started. It wasn't intended to be Ambrose versus Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley cut a promo saying that when Ambrose is gone, they'll take care of his wife for him, or he'll take care of his wife for him, which was, yikes, bringing in Renee, and then Renee was like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, and then he got slammed onto the table. And
yeah, Ambrose and Lashley brawled on the stage and then tried to put him through the table, but Lashley speared him and spinebustered him through the table. And that is how they that's how they write off Dean Ambrose. At the end of the show in the dark.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
You saw the dark segment. They pretty much give him his farewell. Apparently he's done, man. What do you think?
Thank you, Ambrose.
Thank you, Ambrose. Dude, Ambrose is one of my favorites.
They're not gonna do anything with him, bro. So might as well let him go elsewhere and see what he can find.
Apparently, the rumor is that he's gonna start taking indie bookings almost immediately. He does not want to stop wrestling. He just is not happy with the storylines that WWE is doing. So he just doesn't care for that anymore. So he wants to keep wrestling, but I don't think he's tired of the booking. Yeah, good for him, because the whole first of all, they shouldn't have turned him heel with Roman when Roman announced his whole leukemia thing.
That was
stupid decision. And then when how they kept that going was even stupider, if that's even a word, but whatever. It was just dumb. The whole you people sicken me, or the kudos Ambrose, the cooties Ambrose.
Yeah, stupid. It was whatever. We wish him the best, and I'm sure he's gonna come back someday.
Yeah, he is. I think he will come back, and I think Ambrose knows that. I think that's one of the reasons they might have, let him out kind of nicely. If you want to be honest with you, they let him out nicely. Yes, he jobbed to a bunch of people, but that was he jobbed to good, like he didn't job to like Zack Ryder or anything like that. You know what I mean?
It was always good people.
It was always good.
It was alright, like big heels or
whatever, McIntyre a monster heel, Bobby Lashley a monster heel. He's I think he lost to Elias a couple of times, but Elias is also a monster heel. Yeah. So he lost to people that will be in the main event picture or are kind of floating around, or high mid carders. Yeah.
So you know what? Shout out to Ambrose. Good luck.
Good luck to Dean Ambrose.
I'm sure we'll see him at AEW.
I think so.
Because technically they're not. I don't think they're. Do you remember what did you say that their independent contracts kind of like they're gonna be indie kind of?
Yeah, I think that that Ambrose will show up in AEW. I think he wouldn't sign a long contract though. Because I don't know if he wants to sign contracts. That's the thing. Yeah. I think he'd rather just be like, I'm going to Japan this weekend. I'm going to go over here this weekend, bring him on this weekend, and blah, blah, this weekend. And I just think that that's more of an Ambrose style to just kind of like wander everywhere instead of actually be. I think he was already at a company with WWE that I don't think he wants to be involved in another company right now. Yeah. I think if they don't come to terms eventually. I'm sure WWE will call him back in another 6 months. Hey, do you want to come back? They might call him in another year. Hey, do you want to come back? The door for me is completely wide open for Ambrose to return. And I think Ambrose will return.
I think so.
There's no doubt that he will return. It's just a matter of when will he return. I think that's what it is. Finn Balor defeated Sami Zayn, a returning Sami Zayn, who everyone thought he was going to be a babyface, but then he went completely heel, which is hilarious.
I was already waiting for the heel turn.
I was too.
But I was excited to see him. Sami Zayn is a very, very talented wrestler.
He's awesome.
So I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah. So I really liked it. The match was good. Yeah, the match was good. And then we get an Elias segment who had a rap battle response to John Cena and said that the next person who interrupts him will be a dead man. And then boom, the Undertaker comes out. Great moment. He beat up Elias. Apparently the rumor is that Undertaker will be wrestling at the Saudi Arabia tour when they do the Saudi Arabia event.
And that's why he's coming back.
Because he's getting the money there, man.
He's getting pretty good money.
Is that dirty money? He's getting the money. So apparently that's the rumor that he's gonna wrestle Elias in there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Oh, they're setting that up. But I thought it was a great way of.
It was cool the way everything was set up.
Yeah, the way it was set up, it was really cool. I really enjoyed
the John Cena rap and everything was cool too. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, so. And then how he said the next person will be a dead man, and guess what? It was actually the dead man. So I thought that was really cool the way they said it. The winner take all match for the Universal Championship saw Seth Rollins versus Kofi Kingston. Good match. It was becoming a really good match, a really fun match. And then they just kill it with the Bar, who then it just ends up being a tag match. The good guys win at the end, and that's it. And it's completely underwhelming. People were chanting bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It was, first of all, look, if they were going to end it in a no contest so that both of them get to keep their belts, it would have been way better of a somebody debuting would have happened.
Yeah, not the Bar. Like, you're like, why is the Bar here?
Yeah, if maybe even Lars Sullivan, if he would have attacked both. I didn't really want to see Lars Sullivan do that. But maybe somebody, I don't know who else big from NXT that could jump over. Or maybe if they would have signed somebody else that was big. Yeah. I don't know. Hell, even Sami Zayn I think would have been a better choice.
I mean, like, I guess it's just because that just carried on to the next day.
Yeah. It was just, I felt like it was bad. I didn't like that ending. The ending was BS. And, yeah, man. I didn't like it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was whatever.
Match was really good. It was starting to become great. It was going
to be a really good match, and I was like, holy shit, is this where Kofi loses this championship?
Yeah, I thought so too. And nope, it ends with the weird thing. What did you think about Raw in general?
It was cool. It was cool. Like, I thought it was exciting. You got to see the Undertaker. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get to see Sami Zayn, and that after the Raw after Mania, so you're always gonna see new faces, or faces you haven't seen in a while, or something. Yeah. So it was cool. I thought it was good. I think it was better than some other Raws that we've had. Of course, it wasn't the greatest. Yeah. But it was cool, bro.
I think if we're gonna say about Raw, then yes, this Raw was probably the best Raw of the year. But it does not. But to me, it is nowhere near as good of a Raw as other Raws after WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
I think that was my problem with Raw. I don't think it was a bad Raw. Not at all. I think Raw was a very solid Raw. It was an entertaining Raw and it was fun. I just think that when you cluster them all together with the group of Raws after WrestleMania, this Raw was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest.
When you cluster them with all the Raws that happened this year, this Raw was probably top 3. Yeah. You know what I mean? Easy. Maybe even the best Raw of 2019.
Possibly.
You know what I mean?
So far, yeah.
Yeah. So it's so far obviously, but yeah, I just think overwhelmed for Raw after WrestleMania. I mean underwhelmed for Raw after WrestleMania, but I thought it was a solid Raw.
No, it was solid. It was cool. The main event was cool, but just the ending was just like.
Yeah, and I think that was my same take with SmackDown, where it was a very solid SmackDown. You know, I enjoyed it, but again, an underwhelming SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know, but we do get to start SmackDown with Kofi Kingston and the New Day celebrating the historic WWE Championship win at WrestleMania. Then the Bar interrupts his celebration, challenged the New Day to a 6-man tag match alongside Drew McIntyre for later on that night. The first match, we saw Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Ali defeat Andrade, Rusev, and Shinsuke Nakamura. After the match, Randy Orton dropped Ali with an RKO out of nowhere. Then Kevin Owens then hit the ring and connected with a stunner on Rusev. What you think about that?
I thought the match was cool. I think the combination of Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Ali is awesome.
The combination's cool, yeah.
Because all three of them are amazing wrestlers. And, of course, you also, Rusev and Nakamura. Who was the other guy?
Andrade.
And Andrade. Like, you had a good talent. It was a good match. I thought it was a cool match. I thought it was funny. I don't know. I liked the part that Randy came out of nowhere. Yeah. And then you got KO out of nowhere. I thought it was weird. And I was like, what the hell? Cool. It was a cool little like, what the hell? And
it caught me by surprise, for sure.
And I'm sure it's probably going to lead to something.
Yeah.
Raw sometimes, means something when they do things like that. Because it's just like, what the hell? Why did they do that? And then later on, you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was cool. I thought the match was cool. The ending, after what happened after was pretty fun. So
yeah, R-Truth and Carmella, recap WrestleMania when Samoa Joe ran down the ring and attacked him. He hit the Coquina Clutch, not the Cochina Clutch, the Coquina Clutch. And then is that it? Oh no, Strowman comes out.
Oh yeah, because he talked. No. Didn't he talk? Was it before or after?
No, after. He got on the mic and talked about crushing Rey Mysterio. He said that he could beat down other stars in the locker room, and then Braun Strowman comes out.
I think Braun Strowman is probably going to SmackDown and probably going to challenge.
Okay, Strowman needs to move.
Yeah, I think Strowman's stuck where he's at.
Yeah,
and that's what I was telling you about the whole superstar shakeup. Sometimes I think the WWE does that. Like
we'll talk about it after SmackDown. We'll do like a little quick 5-minute thing of what we think is going to happen with the shakeup and who do you think should move and who do you think will benefit from moves and stuff like that if you want. Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Iconics defeated the Brooklyn Bells, who were 45-0. They are now 45-1.
Hey, they gave it the Raw.
But Paige was backstage, and then she did say that she will be bringing an impressive tag team to the SmackDown division. To SmackDown next week. Sorry,
it's probably somebody from the NXT.
Either NXT or I think it's gonna be like Tamina and Nia. I think she's gonna manage Tamina and Nia.
Probably they gotta give her something to do.
Yeah, they do. So. Then we get this whole Shane McMahon thing. It was boring. Where he just bullies Greg Hamilton, the announcer. Oh yeah. Then the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Hardy Boys defeated the Usos.
Unexpected.
To become the 8-time tag team champions. I don't.
It's unexpected, but I don't know why they keep giving them the belts.
I don't know if it was unexpected. They kept hyping that match, and I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna give the Hardys.
Who hyped it?
Dude, there was all over social media that it was gonna happen, and the announcers, and then everything. I just felt like it was being hyped too much. I felt like I saw it coming.
I mean, I got spoiled because I got on Instagram, and of course I watched it. But the match was cool. I don't know. It's weird that they took him away from them. I think the Hardys are probably going to lose it quick. I don't know. Because Matt's back.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's why they gave it to them. Yeah. Because he's just back. And they had nothing to do with Jeff. Jeff was trying to go to the main event scene, and everything, but he kept losing. So they just I don't know. It was cool. It was cool to see him win again. 8 times. 8-time, champion. So that's... they've been wrestling for like 25 years, bro.
Yeah.
So, but I think overall it was a good match.
They've been wrestling, dude. They've been wrestling for such a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
You know what I mean? And they, bro, they haven't lost a step. You know what I mean? They're keeping
and Matt
up.
looks in better shape.
Yeah, they keep up with these dudes. Like the Usos, bro, is actually, if not the best tag team in the world. Like they're amazing.
Usos are definitely my top 2 best tag teams.
You know what I mean? And they keep up with them. These dudes are in their mid 40s, bro, and they look like they're in their early 30s, late 20s, moving with these kids. You know what I mean? So, shout out to the Hardy Boys. Have been, I think, one of my favorite all-time wrestling tag teams,
yeah,
up there with the Harlem Heat.
Hey, Harlem Heat.
Hey, I grew up watching the Harlem Heat, bro.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Becky Lynch came out and talked about being the champ, and then or Becky 2 belts, and then Stacey Evans. Who's Stacey Evans? Lacey Evans. Who is whatever. She punched her in the face, and she's open to all challenges. Wait, I got lost. Okay, so Lynch recapped that Lacey Evans punched her in the face, and she says she's open to all challenges. And then she held up both belts on the entrance ramp. Then Evans surprised Lynch with another right hand. And
when she was on her back, she turned around and she got hit.
Yeah, and in the main event. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So that's probably just they're gonna wrestle soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Then the main event saw the New Day versus The Bar and Drew McIntyre. After the match, Sami Zayn made a brief appearance and said that the audience wasn't worth it before dropping the microphone. Kofi landed the Trouble in Paradise on Sheamus for the pinfall victory. After the win, Kofi brought his kids, his wife, to ring to celebrate once again. Good ending to this. It
was a cool ending. I'm glad that the W let Kofi and his family get on the ring and celebrate. You know what I mean? Give him his time. Yeah,
this ending was cool. The Raw ending was underwhelming. Yeah. I thought this ending was like, okay, feel good story. We get it. It's nice, But I didn't like the Raw ending. But anyway, what you think about SmackDown overall?
It was cool. I think it was cool. I think overall, it was a good SmackDown. The whole Sami situation, I think that just tells people that he probably is gonna stay on Raw. I think that's probably what it was. It's just like, nah, I'll just stay on Raw. Because on Raw he did the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he literally came out, everybody sang a song, and then he left.
Yeah.
So
it's true. Solid SmackDown. Let's get to the Superstar Shakedown. Shake up. What the hell's it called?
What's going on with you with Stacey Evans?
I don't know who the hell. I was like, why is that name stuck in my head? Stacey Evans?
It's probably just because it sounds like Lacey.
Is this a Florida? This is a Georgia state representative. I don't even live in Georgia. What? I just think because it rhymes.
It's just because it rhymes.
I think because it rhymes. Okay, so who do you think will benefit from moving brands?
From what I can see right now, I think them bringing over Braun Strowman would be good.
Okay.
Because they haven't been doing anything with them Raw, you know what I mean? And they've pushed them down a lot. Let's see. Maybe AJ Styles going to Raw.
Ooh, the house that AJ Styles built, though.
He was on Raw before, right?
No.
Are you sure?
No. No, I'm not sure.
I think he was on Raw before.
Was he? I don't think so, bro.
Let me see.
I'm gonna say that because they lost their belts, it's gonna be the Usos moving.
Probably.
They don't have any. Who else should they face on SmackDown?
That is.
They
true.
need a tag team to elevate that division over there.
That's probably why they lost them.
I think so. I think that's why they lost it.
They're probably gonna move them over there.
Yeah.
I think they're the ones that are gonna come to beat Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, bro, that Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are gonna keep it for like at least the next pay-per-view.
Okay, that's not bad.
Who else is gonna beat them? Other than they're not ready to give it to Ricochet and Aleister Black.
I think. Oh, and I was about to say that. I think that Ricochet and Aleister Black, they were teaming them together to get them from get the crowd to get to know them and get to know their styles and get to know this. Yeah. I think this shakeup is breaking them up. One is going to Raw, one's going to SmackDown.
Probably. They're great, bro, and then they're great alone. So it's like maybe you are right that they had them there just to get things going because they've been working both brands. They're all three brands.
Yeah,
they've been working all three brands.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
I think this is where they break them up now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If they do.
Who else?
The New Day is going to Raw.
No, I don't think so. Hell no. Damn. Women. Let's move Bailey.
Yeah, they need to move somebody.
They
Yeah,
need to move. Let's move Sasha. Let's move somebody.
They're not doing anything on Raw.
No. Let's get them out of there. Let's move somebody. Yeah, I say Bailey or Sasha should move. It'll do them do one of their careers better. Get them out of there. Who else should they move? Naomi should go to Raw, especially because if the Usos go to Raw, she should go to Raw.
She should go to Raw. She's been on SmackDown for a while.
Yeah,
she's been on SmackDown the past 2 years, 2-3 years.
So yeah,
so maybe it's time for her to go. Who else is on there? Throw Asuka in Raw, but she was on Raw last year, huh?
She was on Raw, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she was on Raw last year.
Was she? I think so. Yeah, and then she won the Royal Rumble. She challenged Charlotte, and then that's when she moved to SmackDown because Charlotte was the women's.
That's true.
So yeah, let's get Asuka back to Raw, and let's maybe bring like Ember Moon over to SmackDown or something.
Yeah, they're not doing anything with her.
Yeah, something like that. You know, like let's actually do a nice little shakeup.
Yeah, because I think I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they moved McIntyre. Well, the thing is that I think McIntyre belongs on Raw.
I think McIntyre is going to be moving, actually. I think he's going to be the next challenger for Kofi.
And he's going to take the belt.
And he'll take Kofi's belt, yeah. They've been wanting to put the belt on McIntyre for a while now.
So they're probably going to give it to him on SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't see them doing it to
Yeah, because the thing is that they have
Rollins.
better storylines right now. They'll be able to do something with Rollins and Reigns and...
Yeah,
I think that's Reigns is the next one to get the belt.
Yeah, he's gonna get that Universal belt over there.
He's gonna get the belt.
And then
watch Reigns go to SmackDown.
And I could see that though.
You do?
I could see that. Yeah. Yeah. Another one. Ronda going to SmackDown is another one I can see. But then they'll have to move somebody over, somebody big. So maybe Charlotte moves to Raw.
Yeah, because they do have a lot of star power, but in the main event scene, Raw
needs more star power. I think with SmackDown they have a lot of former champions with Randy Orton, with Jeff Hardy.
They do.
Joe is a big guy that can actually be champ. Rey Mysterio is a former world champ. They have a lot of guys that can actually become main eventers. I don't know. I'm trying to find his list. I think the Bar's gonna end up staying.
Yeah, because the Bar was on SmackDown on Raw last year.
Yeah.
Usually they stay for like 2 years, like two consecutive.
What about the Revival moving to SmackDown? That would be cool. Give them different people to wrestle. I think that would make the Revival a lot better too. Give the Revival the Hardy Boys.
Something different.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen that.
I think the two top tag teams in each division, which is the Usos for SmackDown and the Revival for Raw, they need to switch spots.
Yeah, I think the Usos will elevate the tag team champions, the tag team division on Raw, at least. I'm trying to think of other tag teams.
Who's U.S. champ? Joe, right?
Joe's U.S. champ. Yeah.
I think Joe and Balor should switch spots. Yep.
I think
Joe should go to Raw.
Because Joe's the champion right now, so I don't think they'll move him.
No, right. He takes the U.S. belt with him, and Balor takes the Intercontinental belt with him.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that, though.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. I hope so, because I think Balor will shine in SmackDown.
More than on... Yeah, because there's too much over... He's just getting overshadowed by everybody else.
Not only that, but I mean, it's just... I feel like they could put Balor with Andrade, with Ali... with R-Truth that they've been pushing.
There's guys more
there's
his
more
size,
mid-Carter guys that are more
they'll give good matches.
Good matches. They could put them with Mysterio. There are more mid-Carters that will put up good matches and that are more believable mid-Carters, aside from Bobby Lashley that you only have on Raw. I don't know who else you have on Raw that's a mid-Carter like that. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And then at that point, you could start building up that Raw mid-card scene with Ricochet or with Aleister Black. Give them some of those mid-card belts and eventually kind of, elevate them to high mid-carders, main eventers.
Yeah.
But I would do something like that, yeah, because I can't see... I don't see anybody becoming a... I mean, I know they're trying to push freaking... What's his name? Mojo, but nobody cares about Mojo.
Why do they keep doing that shit with Mojo,
Mojo's stupid. You know, then who else? Sami Zayn is probably gonna stay on Raw.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay on Raw.
But again, they could push him into the mid-carder scene. So then you have a couple of people that I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. I'm just gonna let myself get surprised because right now I can't really think of the wrestlers. There's been a lot of wrestling going on the past few days.
Yeah, it has been.
I don't think there's gonna be a lot of changes. They're gonna be some significant ones. Like I think that the monster, what's his name, Braun Strowman, is gonna get moved. I just think that, you know, if the WWE shakeup is what it's supposed to be a shakeup, then they need to look at all their divisions and actually shake them up one by one. Not just be like, oh, we need this. No, look at your women's division and see what are potential matches that we can do here. Let's just switch some of these, maybe 1 or 2 stars from each brand. Yeah. You look at your tag division, you look at your mid-carders, you look at your main eventers, and you just start switching them spots and seeing who can move here, who can move there, where do we have potential? You know, is Raw missing more? I think Raw's missing more babyface mid-carders. Guess what? Maybe they should, you know, move a babyface mid-carder over there. Yeah. You know, if they're gonna elevate R-Truth, then maybe R-Truth should move over there. Yeah, R-Truth is doing good. They should do something with them. You know what I mean?
You know, things like that they should kind of start doing. Yeah, man, I'm excited for a shakeup because
it's gonna be good, bro. Because I know the way they do it is like literally the people just show up. Yeah, and they just have a match or something, and it's cool. It's exciting when you get to see it like that. So yeah.
Any last things you want to say? We've already ran over an hour.
No, man, I am a little tired. Yeah, but other than that, I think it was a solid. It's a solid weekend for WrestleMania.
It was a solid week.
I was able to actually experience the whole thing, at least watching it. You know, from Takeover all the way to Tuesday on SmackDown. Yeah, and I think that overall it was pretty good. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. And I'm just hoping.
And the burgers were pretty good, huh?
And the burgers were actually very good. Mike bought some burgers. It was some good. The hot dogs were good. Yeah. Shout out to the Boo for making the walk. The walk.
That was good too.
That good walk and the corn and everything. So, yeah. It was good, man. I think I had a good time, and I'm just hoping to see the shakeup be something good and surprises.
I am too. So I'm excited for this next week of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, stuff like that. But anyways, guys, thank you for joining us on another podcast. We are your boys, the Below Average Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on TBAW. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and that's at TBAW Podcast. TBAW Podcast. That's what it is. TBAW Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us also on YouTube. We are live every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If John gets here on time, he's trying. So we might be a little bit late, minute or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minutes late, but we'll get it out. Also, make sure you guys follow us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. You know, subscribe or follow us, whatever you need to do there. Review us, everything, and that's it, man.
We will see you next Wednesday.
Next one, yes. Have a good time. We'll talk about the shakeup next week. Peace.